Huh? What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the redstone testing world, and today we're here in a little bit of celebration to the fact that we just hit 500 subscribers, guys. I can't believe it. It's been a long road, but it's also been a fun journey, and what I wanted to do to celebrate that today was to look back and reminisce at one of, well, what I would consider the very contraption or the very video that got the channel kicked off and started. Because prior to this video, I had like 13 subscribers, and after the video, I was in an SMP. I got invited to an SMP, and my channel started to grow, and I got to meet a lot of new YouTubers, and it was just basically the thing that really kicked off my channel. And it was this. I seen a video by a cowboy who was the owner of Clancraft at the time, and he was trying to make a 2x8 flush piston door just like this for another member of the Clancraft server because they had a special project for it, and I sat down and worked out how to make one. Now this door, I mean, this door is great, but the problem with this door, the very problem with this door here is this, that, you know, and see, it's going to pull the block here out, so the trim block would always get pulled back in with the door, and so if you wanted to activate the door here, you couldn't actually do that. When you close the door, the same thing would happen. So I mean, it was a really nice design. It just it wasn't practical. It wasn't practical, in my opinion, to have, you know, furnaces. And that time, note blocks would work, so that looked okay. But you didn't want obsidian or furnaces or whatever to be sitting on this block. You wanted something a little nicer. And the problem with this design is that at that time I was trying to make this as fast and nice as possible, so I was using 0 ticks. And by using 0 ticks, one thing that I figured out was that you really couldn't change the pulse length of this door very much, or it wouldn't work. So I had to be exactly 10 ticks of pulse input, which is why we use the stone button. And basically you could not have a repeater in here, which is why there was 2 0 tick generators working off the same input here. And actually in that video I had one, and it was like 1 repeater on each side, but this is how I would have done the door in an actual build. So I decided to sit down and work out, how can I make this door actually better? So as you can see, we have the trim here, and so we can press the button. The door opens. The door now closes without any problems. This is the same basic mechanic for this door. I had my head too wrapped around what I was trying to do, and you know, I feel like over the last 2 years, my channel, my redstone brain's what I mean to say, has actually gotten quite a bit better, and I realized I don't really need 0 ticks for this to work. I actually thought back then the only reason this observer mechanic worked was because of the 0 ticks. And so basically what we've done here, and I'll link the video in the description, but what we've done here, and this door is based off this Jeb door, right? Where the mechanic is that you want these 4 pistons to stay extended longer than these 2, so that these can retract and then they can all be pulled back. Right. The same thing's happening here, and actually, we have, instead of 4 pistons, the 4 pistons that we would have had there, we've actually got to set up something like this. Got the 4, and then there's a 5th one here, and then we've got our 2 pistons, or excuse me, our 2 pistons like this. And off of this piston, we're going to have an observer block. faces like this. So what we really want to happen is we want for these two pistons, okay, we want for those pistons there, and even this one, to stay extended, and we want this piston here to extend and then retract, and then these can retract. And so in order to do that, what we actually need to happen is we need that piston to extend first before any of this. We just want this one piston by itself to extend, and then a tick later, one tick later, we actually extend these so that by the time you actually get an output, I want to show you this. It's actually a delay. I'm gonna flick the button and it's actually gonna be a delay before that signal goes off. See, you can barely tell, but it's like one tick. And so we're gonna extend this first, and then these will be extended, pushing that out. But the goal is to keep these pistons here extended, and then retract this one, and then retract all of these. And then that way, this piston, this observer has already given a tick off, given its tick pulse away, before these actually can retract, so that this piston here, or these two pistons, don't actually extend here and then pull the block back to there. Hopefully that makes sense. You can actually see it in the process here. You'll see when the door closes, you'll see the observers. See the observers, and then you'll see the blocks. Yeah, and so that's how that works. So basically, let's talk about this. We're going to use quasi-connectivity, so before you guys even start to think about building this on bedrock, this is not going to work for you. Not in this fashion. But we'll just do a 4 high. And what we want to do is we actually want to wrap blocks around like this on both sides. Okay? And then you're going to have a line up here, and then you're going to knock out the ones in there. So what's going to happen is we want to run redstone into these, just like so. Alright, and so on the side here that has the extra pistons, we're actually going to have, it's actually going to have its own redstone line. You can see right here, these two go to that middle one, but they also come to this half slab staircase here. But none of this redstone on the right hand side actually connects. So what we're going to do is we need to bring this out a couple blocks, just like so. And this is going to connect up. And then you'll make a half slab staircase tower. But you're also going to need to come out here. That's going to connect. These are going to connect. Actually, I believe that one can be open. No, it doesn't. It needs to be closed. Okay, so basically you got this half slab staircase. What we're going to do here is we're going to make this old school type pulse extender. So we're going to send in 2 ticks, and we're going to send in 4. Those will make sure that it stays actually on. It pulses almost, it pulses a tick later, starts the pulse a tick later than the observer pistons. So see, this is on 1 tick. So this will be on 2 ticks, so that it'll push the, these 8 pistons here. They'll get pushed out a tick later, meaning that they'll catch that, meaning that these pistons here that get put in, these will actually be extended because they'll reach the observers at the same time that they're pulsing. So yeah, what you're gonna do is connect these two together. and then you're actually off the same signal. Gonna put a 1 ticker there, and we want to bring this all out, but we're gonna cut it right there. Cut it there. Alright, so yeah. Gonna cut it with that slab. This block is actually cutting it. See, there's nothing on here. You use these blocks here, this extra block, to prevent the wires from crossing over. So basically, if I were to put an input here, this should work now. All I need is a button. Use a stone button there. Yeah, stone button. Well, might help if I had the observers in, wouldn't it? Observers. Okay, oh yeah, so this is not connected, no wonder. Let's try that again. Yeah, make sure all the wires are connected up here. Alright, there we go. So basically, you just need to extend this very pattern up to 8, and then you do the same thing on the other side. Now, we'll have a look here how I've got these wired up here. So basically, coming to this end, there's just a repeater going into these wires on each side on the standard tick. And I've got this button here just pushing down a redstone block to fire both sides. So you should be able to replicate that and, you know, have yourself a nice little door there. 4 high is actually pretty nice. 2x4. But maybe you could do like double doors, like a 2x8 here and a 2x8 over here, and then you'd have a nice castle entrance or whatever. Anyways, this has been Ike bringing you ideas and tutorials to help you survive and thrive in Minecraft. And until next time, guys, happy Minecrafting. We'll see you later. And hype for 500 subs, guys. Now, if you're happy for that for me, then put hashtag hype in the comments. Anyways, guys, we'll see you next time. Bye bye.